Alright guys, we're back on the 2007 4th gen Toyota 4Runner Sport Edition 4x4 with the 4.7 liter V8. I'm out here tinkering. So I got all the Rivnuts installed. So you can see I got 2 bolts here and there's a bolt there. It's kind of hard to reach back there. I'm not really sure if I'm going to make a custom bracket or anything like that. It'd be kind of hard to drill back there as well because that corner is actually like down here. So those Rivnuts are right here. So it's actually going to be like right here somewhere. And it's in a tricky spot. I mean, I can measure it from the bracket from like one of these Rivnuts I already installed. That hole right there is actually slightly off. It's actually about right here is where it needs to be. And I'm also going to be putting in some smaller bolts in here, which isn't really necessary. The tire doesn't even come here near that. The tire actually hits about right here. So it's a good 3 inches. But all I did was put Rivnuts. So I drilled out the holes, put Rivnuts for M8 bolts. So these are M8 by 1.25 Rivnuts. And I got these locked in. I can actually grab this, the bracket and everything, and I can shake the truck with it. So it's nice and secure. I still need to put the tank in here. I'm waiting for that to dry. And I also angled this manifold right here. So these usually come all the way up here, right where this red cap would be sitting right here. And all you do is take the 4 bolts off. They're M6 bolts on the back of this plate. And you lift the whole thing up. This whole centerpiece comes up, metal shroud. You unplug the pressure switch, which is not polarity specific. You could put them, back either way you want. And then you loosen a M6 bolt with a 10mm head on it. And then you rotate this manifold left and right. And the reason I rotated it is because this section right here is a lot higher on the truck. And rotating it down puts it kind of underneath this lip for the hood. So I can put the fitting in and then run the hose down and put it, run it this way to the tank right here on the back side of the tank. And then the outlet for the tank will be right here. And I have an ARB manifold, which I'm probably going to mount in here as well. I actually might mount it right here if it will fit with the tank, but we'll see. And that's going to allow me to hook up front and rear air lockers, as well as have a inflation setup. I actually do already have a custom made hose here that's just sitting right here. It's going to plug into the hose, just runs out through the front shrouding, through the core support, under the bumper shroud, comes up to this connect right here. Air up tires, good to go. Don't have to ever open the hood. So that's what I have set up right now. It doesn't interfere with this mount with the smaller ARB tank that mounts sideways. Does not interfere with the oil dipstick or the coil packs or anything like that. And this is one of the ones I have not put in yet. So this is an M8 by 1.25 Rivnut. And you slide it in the hole, and then you squeeze it and it crushes it. And then it makes these little lines kind of grip the hole that you cut. This is actually supposed to go right there where that hole is. But I drilled that hole because I have an L-shaped bracket, and it come to find out that bracket doesn't fit very well. just with the angle and everything. And so I put the compressor back on the bracket, put everything in here, made sure the 3 holes that I drilled right this minute actually fit, which they do. The bracket is angled back a little bit. And the reason I had to do it this way is because this 4th gen does not have that triangle shaped bracket that sits right here. So there's an actual bracket on, I believe, the limiteds 4th gens. I know the 3rd gen tacos, the 5th gen 4Runners, they all have so the 5th gen 4Runners, some of the 4th gens, 3rd gen tacos, they all have a triangle shaped bracket that is actually welded to the fender well from Toyota. This vehicle doesn't have it, but it actually would sit where this flat indentation is, and then right here is where the start of the triangle would be, and then there would be, it would triangle shape up here, and then there's a little flat divot back here, and then on this side, right where this hole is a factory hole. There would be another mount here, which is, it would start here, and the mount would actually end about right here, and then you would put that triangle shaped bracket right there. You'd bolt it to the little bolt that holds the ground straps down, and my ground strap is over here instead of way over here. And then that L-shaped bracket would come over here, swing this way, and it would mount to that. It's not going to work in this application. I do have this kind of tucked up in there. The harness is right here. So I could just plug the harness in, run it up the engine harness right here, then run it across the firewall. And, you know, Toyota was nice enough to leave a stud right here. It has nothing on it. So I'm going to run the wire harness this way, back behind the hydraulic booster system, and run it into this grommet here, run the wiring in, and then the other wiring is just going to come straight to the battery for the compressor. And there is plenty of room back here for the fan. There's about 3 inches between the fan on this unit and the firewall. Should be enough airflow. Just want to show you guys some progress. This bolt is nice and tight. I think I need to put some washers in. It looks like this rivet is actually coming through the hole, which if that doesn't work, I might have to just put a bolt straight through the hole, run up, put a nut, if that doesn't work, if it doesn't tighten down enough. But just some quick updates, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, checking out the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!